Thanks for watching He Said, She Said, Food for Thought. This is Christine, and I'm getting ready here to make a sausage strata to warm up in the morning. I've got some green pepper, onion. I've got about 5 different types of cheeses that I'm going to go ahead and use up, which might look a little strange, but it will work. We've got 7 eggs in here so far, and then we have a little cup that we like to save drippings from bacon from. We might be one of the old people that still do that, but it works. So we line this here. I'm going to cube up in about 1-inch slices some bread that we need to get rid of as well. And then I'll show you what we do when we layer it here.
So tell me what's involved in strata and what it is.
Strata is actually, it really means to layer. So all you're going to do is layer the bread with the cheese, and I'm going to briefly mix this up. Pour the egg mixture on after we add a little bit of milk to that. You're going to soak it overnight. That's the key. And then in the morning, you'll take it out about 30 minutes before you're ready to cook it.
And it's a breakfast dish, right?
And it's a wonderful breakfast dish. It's similar to a quiche, but it's so easy to make, and especially if you're busy working and things like that, you want to bring something in the morning to work.
So you can just prep it the night before and away you go.
That's right. And it takes about 50 minutes, believe it or not, once all is said and done to cook, but that's because there's so many layers. You're going to add the sausage in a minute, and I'll show you how to do that.
Oh, you dropped some bread, lady.
That's okay. Stop filming it. We went to a local market, and we got some very fresh sausage. I prefer this over something that you can get wrapped up in a supermarket, just because I know it has come straight from the market itself. It's about 1.5 pounds. I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller than I normally do. I added green pepper. I also added onion and garlic. And we're just going to let it do its thing here for a minute. Kind of make sure that this is not going to be pink. And when it's all ready to go, we'll have to layer it after that, and I'll show you.
Okay, so I see that you're browning the meat off so that it's not pink.
That's correct.
And before you put it in, whatever you're putting it in, and doing whatever you're doing with it. So that's kind of cool, because you don't want raw meat in your thing before you cook it.
Can you show them what I did with the bottom part with the bread? Just regular sandwich bread that we had left over.
You just put
little cubes at the
cube
bottom.
bread in the bottom of the dish.
Kind of push it down a little bit because that'll serve as the strata. So I've got some aged sharp white cheddar cheese that I'm going to go ahead and use up here.
So you're using up all your cheese that you...
Correct.
You
We're
want
going to
rid of?
layer it. That's the goal here.
So it's a good way not to waste food, huh?
Correct. And then I'm going to go ahead and go over. You'll see that this is almost done browning.
Let's have a look.
So it's slightly pink, but because I know it's going to rest overnight in the fridge, and I know it's going to bake tomorrow for 50 minutes, it should be okay.
Okay, the wife's put the, well, not all of it, but some of the stuff on top of the cheese and stuff there. She's only making a small one, because we usually have this one. But this time we're on a starvation diet, so we're just on a small one.
That's not true. A lot of you may not like blue cheese, but again, we're trying to use up the cheeses, and it'll add a little bit of tang to this entire dish. So I'm not going to use all of it, but just a bit.
So you can use any sort of cheese?
You can use any sort of cheese, and the sharper actually the better. It turns out really well that way, especially in the morning when if you want to bring this to work. Like I say, it's a great dish. You'll be very popular, let's put it that way. I'm throwing a little bit more of the cubes on top of this mixture. I'm going to push it down just a bit more here. And then I'm going to add the rest of our sausage mixture, and then a little bit more cheese, and we'll pour this mixture here. Can you tell them what you added, Billy, to the eggs?
I stuck 7 eggs in there, a little bit of half and half, and a little bit of milk. Then I beat the bejesus out of it.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right.
So you stuck some bread on and now you're putting the rest of the sausage meat and stuff on top and spreading that out.
That's correct.
Cool.
And then if you're going to use a larger pan, a lot of people put tin foil over it. You want to keep it covered, but I happen to have this nice pan.
With a posh lid, huh?
I do, so that way I don't have to use the tin foil. But if you don't have that, you can use any size pan and then put some tin foil at the top. I will always season a bit, just with a little bit of pepper. Because sausage already has a lot of salt, I'm really literally just going to do one of these. That's it.
Just a pinch.
A pinch. And then I will put on the rest of the cheese, I think.
Well, don't be stingy with the cheese. Fire it on there.
You need it. Cheese is not bad. This is another sharp cheddar. I'm just going to use it up here. Make sure it goes to the sides. And remember, you don't need a ton of oil for this because you've already got it in the meat. And also cheese obviously will give out a little bit of oil as well. And then this is the last part of it.
Well, keep going with the cheese.
Well, we can add more. But you want to make sure that when you pour this, you just pour it evenly.
You're going to be more popular than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
Oh, that's wonderful. That
I
was
know,
always
right?
my goal in life, let me tell you. And then just, Billy has requested more cheese, so I'm going to add just a bit of mozzarella at the top. I think it's going to be great the way it is. And notice all of that bread, the layers are going to be in what they call that strata. Can I show you this right here, Billy? You see how the egg mixture is coming up at the top? By tomorrow, this will look almost like a quiche, but it'll be in layers, and it's awesome. So I'm going to stick a lid on it, put it in the fridge, and we'll see what happens. Here we are, it's the next morning, and I've just pulled out the sausage strata that we let rest for 30 minutes. I put it in at 350 for 60 minutes. I'm going to take the lid off. I added a bit of mustard yesterday. That was the one thing. I added regular mustard. If you've got powdered mustard, that would work too. And then what we'll do is I'll cut a slice here and let you see what it looks like. Okay, so we've taken out the first slice. First slice, you'll see that we had a little bit extra on the side, but if you look at the side of this, there's actually layers. That's the nice thing about putting it in a glass pan. But either way, all of those flavors are coming together to make a really great breakfast. It didn't take long to make. Make it the night before, and it's ready the next day. Hope you enjoy.